Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading for the rest of 2023. So this reading will be from December 18, 2023 through January the 1st, 2024. This is because I'm going to take a couple weeks. The Christmas is coming up, the Yule holiday, all of that. And I also have some traveling that I'm doing. So I would rather just get you in a reading for the rest of the year. And then we will resume weekly readings in January. If this is a reading for you, if you are an Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising, have some other significant Aries placement in your chart. And this also could be a reading for another period of time besides the end of this year. Whenever you decide you want to watch this reading, that's when you potentially have a message for you. Now, I'm using the Cartouche deck. I'm doing what they call a full horoscope spread. And so I use the 12 houses of astrology to interpret the cards that I'm laying out. And the first deck that I use is known as the Way of Cartouche, as those of you who have watched this channel are familiar with. And then I clarify with the tarot deck. And this week I am using the Tree of Life Tarot. So a little bit more esoteric tarot deck this week. I'd like to say thank you to those of you who have donated to me. If you feel you would like to donate to this channel, I do have a PayPal link down in the description. And also it does go, I should mention that goes to Chthonia, which is my podcast main website. That's the PayPal account for that. So that is why it will show up as send money to Chthonia, if you have seen that. I'm also going to mention that I have a site called liminalreiki.com where I do transitional life coaching. You can read all about what I do there if you go to that link, which will also be in the description below. I should also mention this week, in addition to covering the 12 houses, and now we have the clarifiers from tarot, I'm also going to do, because I forgot to do this last time, I'm going to pull an oracle card this week from the Moonology deck. So we will have that as a finisher at the end. Okay, so Aries, what do we need to know for you for the rest of 2023 through the 1st of January? Astrologically, let's not forget that Mercury is retrograde right now. We had a new moon in Sagittarius this past week. There's a potential for a lot of screw-ups this week in terms of travel, technology, anything to do with electronics potentially. And communications can go haywire. It could be misunderstandings, it could be lost messages, and as I mentioned, travel delays and things like that. Things that are basically ruled by Mercury have the potential to be kind of screwy for the rest of the year. That is one of the main things that's going on. There are going to be some. I think I've seen that the last 3 days of 2023, I think Mars is in, I want to say Mars is in Sag. There's an opposition that's going on there, and I don't remember off the top of my head. All I remember was that the last 3 days may be extra volatile, so just be careful of the year in terms of it could be tempers flaring and things like that. So that's the only negative spot, I think. And otherwise, I think there's Jupiter's making a lot of nice aspects towards the end of the year. So not necessarily bad, just that Mercury retrograde could potentially screw some things up. Okay, so starting with the first house, this is you, your personality, how you present yourself to the world. And we have here, okay, you have Nephthys with the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, Nephthys indicates, this card comes up when you are discovering new things about yourself. Now you have it with the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is it's really a card of personal security and satisfaction. And the thing is, 9 of Pentacles is also usually associated with singleness, okay? With in other words, with being unmarried or doing something on your own, particularly in the realm of finance. Like, so for example, somebody who might be financially independent, okay? But there's definitely this sense of satisfaction with and security in and of yourself. But we have it with this Nephthys card. So Nephthys brings unexpected surprises. So I feel like this comfort that you have this comfort about yourself, like you reach this place where you feel satisfied with yourself and who you are, which is good. But I feel like you're gonna be uncovering more things about yourself. You're gonna see things about yourself or about your identity that maybe you were not aware of before. Okay, things that maybe you didn't think were part of who you were or who you even wanted to be. So while I see that while you have this definite sense of satisfaction with who you are and where you are, it does seem like there's going to be some changes coming in. Nepothys always brings the mysterious, and it's a good card in terms of suggesting that you are. How do I want to put this? That you're usually this could be potentially a shy person. This could be somebody who's a little withdrawn, or just could be somebody who is just very intuitive, or sometimes someone who's deeply psychically gifted, or somebody who just is just kind of a little more maybe on the introverted side. Okay, Nepothys can represent somebody like that, and it could well just be saying, yeah, that's the way you are, and you're happy about that. But I don't know why. The message that I got when I first looked at this was that you're learning new things about yourself, and you're satisfied here. But I think whatever this is, there's going to be some surprises in terms of who you are, and maybe the things that you're interested in. Maybe things that you were not thought were an aspect of yourself. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. But that's interesting. So yeah, I feel like your sense of who you are and what you're settled in may become slightly unsettled, not in a negative way, just that you're uncovering and learning more about yourself. Okay, so the second house is Aries, and so this has to, Taurus. So this has to do with finance, and this has to do with your possessions, money, where your values, things like that. Okay, so we have the Ankh with the Ten of Swords, so that's really interesting. Because Ankh can indicate spending money, again, for pleasure. I'm seeing this a lot right now, which kind of makes sense. We're in the holiday season, so I can understand people wanting to spend money on pleasurable things. But the Ten of Swords is bringing something to an end. So there's some kind of financial situation or something that's coming to an end. Now, that could be a good thing. It could be that a debt gets paid off, for example. Okay, it could be a positive ending financially. But this could also be the ending of a job, an ending of an income stream. I don't know. There's a sense that that something is finished, that you are done with it, and it may be something that's been a bit of a burden. So maybe if you've taken on an extra job for something, maybe to bring in extra money, that maybe that's going to come to an end. I don't know. There's definitely an ending that's being shown here financially. But when we have it with the Ankh to me is always a good card. It's pleasurable. It's not just spending money on pleasurable things. But I feel like Ankh is also a card that says that we are, again, there's that satisfaction that we see over here with the Nine of Pentacles, that we're happy with where we are financially. But I don't know. I don't know if there's something where maybe some of these changes that we're looking to make, maybe we feel like, the good situation we have might be coming to an end. But ultimately, I don't know. This to me still brings a lot of happiness and satisfaction as far as money goes, and also the sort of the fulfillment of wishes or one's passions. So I don't know. You can take this as it resonates. I'm not sure if this is a case of, you may need to stop spending money on things that are pleasurable, or that something's coming to an end. But this, I feel like with the Ankh, that there's still something good ahead. There's still some kind of, I don't know if wish fulfillment is the right term, but there's definitely, again, that sense of satisfaction, that sense of material satisfaction ahead. So, looks a little bit contradictory with that, but I don't know. I feel like with something ending, I don't feel the fact that something is ending means that everything's gone bust or everything's bad. I feel like you're still going to be moving towards something that you really want. Okay, third house, this is Gemini energy. Okay, now remember what I'd said about Mercury retrograde, because it's interesting that you have Seth here, because this is the house of all the things that I mentioned: communication, short-term travel, so local travel, possibly holiday travel for some of you. Could have to do with siblings, brothers and sisters. That's a possibility. It could have to do with just messages in general. If you have your own business, it could have to do with that. But I feel like it's showing up with the air card, and because when you draw Seth, you always draw a second card. So I feel like this is going to be travel delays. Like there's going to be something that you're doing, and I don't know, travel just seems like it could be screwed up a little bit. Not something unexpected, again, in this time period. So this could be the way that Mercury retrograde hits you. Hopefully it's not hitting your electronics and things like that, but that is also a possibility here in the third house. So it just seems like there's something, or if you're self-employed, there could be some kind of a message or something that comes in that maybe you perceive as a negative. Now we have it with the Two of Cups here. So the Two of Cups is partnership. Okay, it's love, it's partnership. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe you're planning to get together with somebody and meet up with somebody, and maybe there's going to be delays. Although when I see air coming up with that, and I see it with the Two of Cups, this seems to indicate to me that whatever delays or blocks or obstacles there are, I feel like they're going to be resolved. Like if there's tension between two people, this shows them coming back together. If there's difficulty traveling to meet somebody, maybe if you have to cancel a plan with somebody, maybe it'll be rescheduled. Because the Two of Cups to me definitely indicates a coming together. For some people, this could be a romantic coming together too, because it is the Two of Cups. It is the card of love, as it mentions down here at the bottom. But yeah, there could be some travel delays or some miscommunications or screw ups. But I feel like they're things that are going to ultimately be resolved. This may just be the result of trickiness from a retrograde. Fourth house. This is Cancer energy. So this is your home, your environment, your family. This kind of situation. What else? Just also your personal sense of security, the kind of thing I was talking about here with the Nine of Pentacles also applies to this house. Okay, so we have Thoth with the Emperor. Okay, now Thoth is interesting. Thoth has a very strong connection to karma and to timing, okay? So there could be some kind of, I don't know, seeing this newness appear, there could be something ancestral about this, in the sense that, maybe if this is family related, there could be perhaps some situation or a pattern that occurs over and over again will be repeating itself, and you'll be dealing with it once again. But you're dealing it with the Emperor. I mean, the Emperor could indicate a father figure. It could be you. I mean, Aries is you. I mean, this is your energy. And this is certainly an energy of taking control of something. So I feel like there's something within either your home or your family situation where you're going to feel like you need to take charge. Like if there's been a pattern of something that has not been, that feels like it comes around and around, which again is also a facet of Mercury retrograde, there may be a chance to finally get control of whatever this situation is or whatever's going on. Some people too, this jumped into my mind, for some of you, Thoth could also have to do with a health situation with somebody, maybe somebody at home who is healing from something or has something going on. But nonetheless, I would still say there's this energy of getting control of something, or, or taking leadership in something, like, being the one to take action in something. So take that as it resonates, but there's some kind of something having to do with timing that's connected with your home, your security, and or your family. Okay, fifth house is Leo energy. Now, Leo has to do with creativity, has to do with love affairs potentially, and also with children. And we have Sphinx with the Queen of Cups. I don't know, Aries, is there like a secret relationship or somebody maybe you've been secretly watching and that you admire, that you're not, I don't know, because there's this sense of you being secretive or holding back. Like there is, when Sphinx shows up in the relationship houses, it usually indicates secrets around relationships. Now, it doesn't have to be about a relationship, and maybe it won't be for everybody. It could also have to do with a creative project or something, maybe something you're working on that you're not sharing with people right now. Could relate to a child, but with the Queen of Cups energy here, see, Queen of Cups to me is, this is water of water energy here. This is love energy. So I don't know. That's why I feel like, at least for someone, this has something particularly to do with a love relationship. Now, if I look at this Two of Cups back over here, okay, in the third house, I don't know. I feel like there's miscommunications or something. I feel like there's something you particularly are not telling somebody, okay? And the number 3 comes up. You have a 12 here and a 21 here. 21 on top of this card. 2 + 1 is 3. And the air card, which is your resolution one here, 12. 1 + 2 is also 3, right? It's just the same thing reversed. So I don't know. Maybe this is something going to be resolved in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. The number 3 seems to be important here. But I don't know. I feel like there's yeah, like, I don't know. There's the word that comes to mind with this is watching. And I don't mean that in like a creepy, stalkerish, voyeuristic kind of a way. But there may be somebody that you love that you're watching, and you're just, you're keeping it a secret, really. If it's not about that, then I feel like, yeah, there's something, because a Queen of Cups can also have to do with emotional receptivity. It could literally have to do with another person, maybe who is a water sign. Again, doesn't have to be. But there's a very, very strong emotional component here, once again. So, I don't know. There's something here connected to that, where there's some kind of secrecy, or maybe a feeling like you need to hold back in some way. But Sphinx also is saying, see how this, I feel like there's also the message of see how this comes out. So if this is indeed about trying to communicate with or talk to or see somebody in this kind of relationship setting, then I feel like this might be saying, like, I don't know, like, I feel if there's anxiety about that over here, this may be telling you, well, you know what, just wait and see, like, just see how something goes. Like, don't, I feel like there's a need to not make a judgment on something right away, or to make a negative judgment on something. Like, Queen of Cups would indicate, I mean, this could be, this could be your feelings. If this is the feelings of the other person and you love this person, then this person returns those feelings. Okay, that's the feeling that I have there. So again, that's not going to be a message for everybody, but take it as it resonates. Okay, 6th house, Virgo energy. This is health. This is your work, and in terms of employment or what you might do for others, and then also any kinds of worries, anxieties, sometimes pets for some people if you have a pet. Okay, now you've got Crook and Flail with the 8 of Cups. So now Crook and Flail denotes confidence. It denotes authority. Or having somebody who has authority in something. It can, if in the realm of health, it may indicate being disciplined. So perhaps you're upping your game in terms of exercise and nutrition and things like that. Maybe you've been trying to be healthier. 8 of Cups indicates walking away from something, something maybe that served you well in the past. So I don't know, this could be a past habit. This could be finally walking away from a worrisome situation. The fact that it's the 8 of Cups is usually it's shown as 8 full cups that somebody is just turning and walking away from. And now this is really weird. I'm just going to throw this out there, Aries, because I feel like this may be significant here. I actually had a dream last night about this card, about the Rider-Waite-Smith version of this card. And because this is the one card in the deck that has an eclipse on it. There's a moon there. It looks like it's a little smiling moon face, but what it is the moon is actually moving itself in front of the face of the sun. And for some reason that was in my head, like something about an eclipse. And so this could literally mean that something that occurred, we had 2 big eclipses in October, and the influences of those eclipses might be coming around. Like there may be some kind of a revolutionary change coming to something. Maybe this is something that you're worried about, or maybe you do feel like you need to make a change or walk away from something, possibly even from this sense of security that you have over here, like, or what you think makes you feel secure. It's really interesting because you have a lot of this water energy of 2s and water and things like that, which makes me wonder if what you're walking away from is like a satisfaction of a single life. I don't know. That's jumping into my head for somebody, but with the 9 of Pentacles here, I mean, yeah, this definitely, with Nephthys here, I feel like it's saying, okay, some of you have been perfectly satisfied on your own. Maybe you're coming to a decision about a particular person and going, I don't know, like, I like being single, I like, but I don't know. I feel like there's a sense of walking away. This may be telling you to be confident, because this is a house of worry, don't forget. And it may also be connected to your work in some way. But there may be a need to walk away from either from a job you're doing or some aspect of something that you're doing. Now, again, we have this number 8. You've got 17 here. 1 plus 7 is 8. This is card number 8. So when I see the same number show up within, I always think there could be something to that if there's a patterning of the numbers. Take it as it resonates. It may or may not be a factor. But number 8 could be 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. Could be the 8th of a month. I don't know. But there's this. Yeah, I definitely am looking at this and seeing that, you seem to be working more on self-discipline. Perhaps your this discipline has to do with, how how can I put it? Like, like I said, you could be trying to remake yourself in terms of your health and your health routines, but there also seems to be this sense that you are walking away from something. And I don't know. I feel like this could also have to do with things that you have been concerned about, or things you've been trying to get organized in your life with this Virgo energy. Okay, Libra. This is the 7th house. So this is about relationships. This is about serious relationships, okay? So long-term partnerships. It could be business partnerships as well. Now you've got the winged disc with the 7 of Pentacles. So the winged disc would indicate a successful partnership, or if there have been partnership issues, overcoming these. So this is good. If you're already married or in a marriage, then it could be that your partner is going to have some kind of success, or maybe you're married to somebody who's very successful. 7 of Pentacles indicates a situation where, again, there's patience that's required here. And again, if I look at that in light of Sphinx over here, I feel like this is a situation where you're waiting to see, like you may be trying to make a decision, actually. 7 of Pentacles frequently comes up when we're putting an effort into something and we're not really sure whether or not we should. So again, for those of you who might be looking at a new relationship, maybe there's some communications or something, maybe where you're feeling unsure, not sure whether you should take a kind of a risk. 7 of Pentacles would indicate something is worth the wait. Okay, that something is growing in the way that it should. And the reason I say that it is, as opposed to it not being that way, is because you have winged disc. Winged disc kind of indicates, overcoming difficulties. Or overcoming things that seem to be a problem. So, yeah. So take that as it resonates for you. 8th house is Scorpio energy. And Scorpio is about transformations. It's about other people's money. And wow, okay, you've got the 7 of Wands with Urias here. It is so strange because what's weird about this to me is it reminds me very much, oh my goodness, it almost mirrors what's going on in the 1st house. Okay, and let me explain. Urias, okay, first of all, we see card 18 here. 1 plus 8 is 9, right? And you've got a 9 in the 1st house. I always feel like Urias and Nephthys, in some instances, mean kind of the same thing. I mean, they're not exactly, because Urias has to do with hidden and unexpected things. I mean, Urias can have to do with hidden enemies that you get the better of, but I don't feel like this is an enemy card. Although you've got this defensiveness here with the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands definitely is a card of feeling that way. Oh, and that's the other thing. This is card 7, and in your 1st house you have card 7 here as well. So I don't know. I don't know what this 7-9 business is that's going on here. Yeah, we take that as it resonates as well. But I feel like that means there's some kind of connection between these. Like you may be learning unexpected things about yourself, okay? Because remember I said that in the 1st house. But you may be defensive about that. Because again, if you've been satisfied with where you are, you may be like, I don't want to change this. I'm happy where I am. I want to stay in my bubble and doing things the way I'm doing it. I don't want this unexpected thing coming in. But the fact that this is showing up in the house of transformation indicates that whatever change is coming up, this is not just some superficial or passing thing. This is something significant that's happening. This is either a significant, it feels almost like it could be a significant person coming into your life, or it could just be a situation. But whatever it is, it seems like you don't want to disturb the peaceful routine of what you have. You want to maintain control of what you have. And actually, if I look at the 4th house in light of this, with the Emperor and Thoth, Thoth has to do with something that's divinely timed. And so I don't know. Again, this has to do with your security. You are definitely somebody who wants to be secure. You're pretty sure about who you are. You have things under control. But you're also defensive of that, wanting to keep it that way. But there's elements coming in here that are saying things are going to change for you. So I don't know whether this has to do with the relationship or not. I feel like changes are coming in, and you may not be comfortable with that because you may be saying to yourself, "Oh, I don't want things to change. I'm happy where I am." And it's not that where you are is bad, but with this 8 of Cups, it's like, okay, but it may be time to walk on to your next phase of your life. That's what I kind of get. Okay, I'm taking a very long time on this, so let's keep going. Sagittarius, this is the 9th house, okay? And this has to do with expansion. It could be long distance travel. It could be, how do I put it? Yeah, traveling long distances, higher education, religion, philosophy, things of the higher mind, deeper thinking. Okay, and you have Four of Pentacles with fire. Okay, so I feel like, okay, well, it is Sagittarius is a fire sign, so there's definitely some strong fire energy. This could be a passion for learning. With Four of Pentacles, I don't feel like this means you're going to be making long distance travel. I mean, like I said, down here I'm seeing in this short-term travel house, you've got Seth. But here, I don't feel like you're getting on a plane and making a long journey. You know, I don't. That's not really the energy of this per se. But I do feel like you are, I don't know, again, Four of Pentacles, I mean, Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor. I feel like there's a lot of maybe resistance to change here. Like there's, Four of Pentacles tends to come up when we want to feel solid and secure where we are. We don't want to make any changes. And the fact that, but you have fire here, so something's lighting a fire for you. Something's inspiring you. But this has to do with something deeper, and this is just so interesting, again, because Nephthys, I feel like you're digging, you know, even with Sphinx over here, there's this sense of digging deep. Maybe somebody's making you think. Maybe someone's making you dig deep. Maybe not making you, but, you know, there's some aspect of things that is making you move out of whatever this little comfortable little box is that you were in. Okay, there's something that's provoking change here in you, which is really interesting. Okay, 10th house, this is Capricorn energy, and Capricorn is about your fame, your reputation, your career. Now we have the Two of Swords with the twins. Oh boy, decision time. Yeah. There's something here, especially seeing this ending over here financially. I don't know. There's some kind of decision that you feel like you're going to have to make. But Two of Swords may indicate that you feel stuck. And this decision seems to involve another person, maybe working with another person. I don't know. There's some kind of a shift here. Maybe some of you are going to be shifting into a business partnership with someone. Whatever the situation, there's something about your fame, reputation, and visibility with respect to another person. But with the Two of Swords here, again, I feel like there's this sense of indecision here. You've got you've got these twos, you know, you've got this two, and you've also got this Two of Cups down here. And all of this just kind of says to me that you are thinking about making a change. You're thinking about making some kind of a big change, okay? So yeah, so you may be making decisions about, maybe it's about somebody you currently work with. Maybe it's a case that, you know, do I want to continue this partnership? You know, is this partnership, I mean, there's a sense of what they call peace restored here, but that just may indicate a situation where you have a truce. Well, just again, like you have this Four of Pentacles. There's a lot of cards, yeah, Seven of Wands. There's a lot of these cards here that are just kind of like, yes, I'm fine where I am, thank you. I don't need to make any changes. I'm just going to stay right where I'm at. But everything is pointing to, Two of Swords especially says you're going to have to make a change. Okay, 11th house. This is the house of friendship, your networks, social media networks, things like that. Also your goals. And are you kidding? We have the King of Cups with Isis. Okay, now 11th house is opposite the 5th house. Okay, so, you know, the 6th and the 12th go together, 1st and 7th. And you have the King of Cups here, and you've got the Queen of Cups down in its opposite house. So yeah, I feel like for some of you, this is a love relationship coming together. I don't know. This could be a very specific message. I'm not sure, but you have it with Isis. So Isis would indicate somebody who is nurturing, somebody who is caring. Could be somebody who's currently maybe in your friend group. I don't know. Maybe this is somebody who's going to move from a friend to being more than a friend. But Isis definitely, and also Isis carries an aura of mystery to it as well. And it's funny because I'm seeing you thinking very deeply over here. So I don't know. There could be somebody you've met. And again, you don't need to pay attention to genders here. This could go either way. Male or female or non-binary, whichever. It's not, the gender's not important. But Isis definitely indicates somebody who's very nurturing, very comforting, and potentially somebody who's very mysterious and potentially a very deep thinker. So, yeah, I just feel like somebody is, whatever your worldview was, I feel like your worldview is being changed by somebody. Whether this ends up being, whether this is a love situation or not, but for somebody, it very, very strongly is. I mean, this is definitely coming up that somebody's kind of taking you out of your little comfortable space, but I'm not seeing this as a bad thing. Okay, I'm seeing this actually as a good thing because I feel like it's going to deepen your understanding of who you are and make you, you know, doing what is more authentic to you and what you love. Okay, 12th house. This is Pisces energy. This is maybe what you're afraid of. This has to do with your secret thoughts, things you keep hidden rather than things that you show people. Now you have Lotus with the King of Wands. So when Lotus shows up, there's definitely some anxiety here. King of Wands could be somebody who's very intense, very determined to get what they want. Now, of course, this is also strong Aries energy, so this could be you. It could be that you are... I feel like the message here is you have anxieties about things, but I also feel like this is reminding you that you are somebody who, when you want something, you get it. King of Wands is somebody who says, you know, challenge accepted. Like, you know, if something seems like it might be difficult or might require a change or adjustment, it reminds you that you are somebody who will, if you want to go after something, you will generally achieve whatever you're going after. So, I don't know. I feel like you don't want to let anxieties hold you back because that's not the person that you are. Overall, you have the Five of Wands with Bastet, okay? So Bast is the happiness card. It's a card of sociability, you know, things, you know, the arts, music, dancing, things like that. But also just, you know, being kind to others, following your intuition, very, very simple, basic stuff. But I feel like there's a strong sociability and a strong fun element to Bastet. So I feel like for the rest of the year, it's telling you, if you are a workaholic sort, which Aries tends to be, then maybe it's saying, you know, take some time out, like enjoy. And with the Five of Wands, the Five of Wands can indicate, yeah, there's some kind of a struggle, either a struggle from an external event or a struggle within yourself. But this struggle, again, is something, it's really small potatoes. Five of Wands is a struggle with something that is not, it's more like a playful struggle or a competition rather than like a serious fight or quarrel. So I don't know. I feel like you are struggling with yourself right now, Aries, and I think what I'm getting in my head is just flow into whatever your new situation is. Don't feel determined to hang on to where you are, because even if you're happy where you are, I feel like you're being taken somewhere better and someplace more meaningful. Okay, so let's do our last card. Let's do a quick Moonology reading for you. So what advice do you have for Aries for the rest of 2023? Okay. See what we get. Let's see who wants to come out here. Here we go. Hey, okay. Full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, you may be looking at something only in terms of immediate events, circumstances. You have to recognize that for some things, you don't actually have all the information that you need yet. That information will be coming in because, like I said, we have Nepenthes, this strong not yet energy. So yeah, I think there's a situation here where you may be looking at it too narrowly or just in terms of hanging on to what you've got. The bigger picture actually should reveal something well, in the bigger picture, there's the potential for a lot more. I think you have a lot now, and now you have the potential for a lot more. That makes sense. So I hope this was helpful, Aries. Thank you again so much. Have a happy new year, and I will see you again in the new year.